councillors, dignitaries, which I'll recognize in due course. I'll now call for a moment of silence for prayer in meditation. And as we do so, we remember that today is the 1st of December 2021, the World AIDS Day. We also remember that South Africa, together with the rest of the world, is faced with the pandemic. And as we meditate, we remember all those who have passed due to the pandemics. I request that we stand as we meditate. I take this opportunity to read the notice convening this first meeting. Notice is hereby given in terms of Section 29(2) of Local Government Municipal Structures Act 117 of 1998, read together with Section 20, subsection 1 of Local Government Municipal Systems Act number 32 of 2000, that the first council meeting of the OR Tambo District Municipality will be held on Wednesday, the 1st of December 2021, in the council chambers, Old Government Printers Building, Southern Wood Umtata at 10, to consider the items as set out on the agenda. I will now call on the applications for leave of absence and or apologies. Didn't receive any apology, and I'll take it that there are no apologies. Thank you very much. We'll proceed to read the oath of, we'll proceed to item number 4, the oath of affirmation of members of council and the signing of the code of conduct and the declaration of interest. For this item, I'll request the senior magistrate, Magistrate Ngubo, to officiate. Thank you very much. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, members of the council and all the honorable guests. My task is a simple one and a short one. I will call upon all the councillors, but I will call upon them per a group of 5. A group of 5 to come forward and take the oath. The first 5, Badli, Tobani, Chapa, Ntandokazi, Yolisa, Dambuza, Monwabisi, Dlani, Xolisile, Hamilton, Dwili, Nompumelelo. I expect each one of you to have the oath form duly filled in with the names and signature. And then after swearing in, you will leave the oath forms with me. And you will then read after me. You will say I, then referring to your name. I hereby swear that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and will obey and respect and uphold the Constitution and all other laws of the Republic. And I solemnly promise to perform my functions as a councillor or traditional leader at the OR Tambo District Municipality to the best of my ability. Okay, raise your right hand and say, "So help me God." Thank you.
Thank you. If councillors, before they leave, could turn for a photo, for a picture. Thank you. With their hands still raised, I'm advised. Thank you.
Next, list of councillors to come forward is Councillor Tambo Rose, Councillor Giyos Amandisa Ruth, Councillor Qomo Nkosifikile, Councillor Jacob Onati, and Councillor Madolo Sonwabo, in that order.
Okay. I'm informed that one of the councillors will take the oath from where she's standing. So it's no problem. Please read after me. I, so and so, hereby swear that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and will obey, respect and uphold the Constitution and all other laws of the Republic. And I solemnly promise to perform my functions as a councillor or traditional leader at the OR Tambo District Municipality to the best of my ability. Raise your right hand and say, "So help me God." Thank you. Please sign and leave the form with me.
Next list, please.
The next list of councillors to come forward is Councillor Makamba Matemba, Councillor Matanda Noziphiwo Philippina, Councillor Matubatuba Nomvuyiso, Councillor Mdledle Nomthandazo Usula, and Councillor Mvamela Mabiza. In that order. Thank you.
Okay, please read after me. I, and your name, hereby swear that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and will obey, respect, and uphold the Constitution and all other laws of the Republic. And I solemnly promise to perform my functions as a councillor or traditional leader at the OR Tambo District Municipality to the best of my ability. Please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God." So help me God. Thank you. Please sign and leave the form with me. Thank you. Next list, please.
The next list is Councillor Mhlaba Sidwell, Councillor Molakalala Diamakatso Constance, Councillor Mduku Nokuthula Beatrice, Councillor Ncapai Ntombekaya Veronica, and Councillor Ngcolosi Semnikiwe Yvonne. And honorable members of the council, Classic Funga City, raise our voices for the sake of recording. Thank you.
And if by reasons of religion, perhaps you are not taking the oath, you will say, "I solemnly affirm," instead of saying, "I hereby swear." So you will read after me. I, and then your name, hereby swear that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and will obey, respect, and uphold the Constitution and all other laws of the Republic. And I solemnly promise to perform my functions as councillor or traditional leader at the OR Tambo District Municipality to the best of my ability. Raise your right hand and say, "So help me God." Thank you. sign and leave the form with me. Tend to take a picture and then thank you. The next list.
Next list to come forward is Councillor Ndabeni Mlamli, Councillor Nzumo Tandeka, Councillor Ngozi William, Councillor Ngudle Mdwoxolo Pam, and Councillor Ngodwana Melusi Douglas. No, sorry, I'm sorry to, it's Councillor Ngondwana Melusi Douglas. I'm sorry about that.
Please read after me. I, and then your name, hereby swear that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and I will obey, respect and uphold the Constitution and all other laws of the Republic, and I solemnly promise to perform my functions as a councillor or traditional leader at the OR Tambo District Municipality to the best of my ability. Please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God." Thank you. Sign the form and leave it with me. Please tend to take a picture. Thank you. Next list, please.
Next list is Councillor Ngongwa Nonkoliso, Councillor Ngamile Nicholas Phazamile, Councillor Njisane Sipokazi, Councillor Nonkonyana Nobuntu, and Councillor Njuba Vosumzi Wellington. Thank you.
Okay, please read after me. I, your names, hereby swear that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and will obey, respect and uphold the Constitution and all other laws of the Republic, and I solemnly promise to perform my functions as a councillor or traditional leader at the OR Tambo District Municipality to the best of my ability.
And I solemnly promise to perform my functions as a councillor of OR Tambo District Municipality to the best of my ability.
Raise your right hand and say, "So help me God." Thank you. Sign the form. Turn and to take a picture.
Next
Next
list
list, please.
is Councillor Hanai Wiseman Fundisile, Councillor Sabisa Tandekile Nelson, Councillor Sidlova Nozipho Gladys, Councillor Sokanyile Tokozile, and Councillor Tokwana Cyril Sandla, in that order.
You will say after me, I, your names, hereby swear that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and will obey, respect and uphold the Constitution and all other laws of the Republic. And I solemnly promise to perform my functions as a councillor or traditional leader at the OR Tambo District Municipality to the best of my ability.
And solemnly promise to perform my functions as a councillor at the OR Tambo District Municipality to the best of my ability.
Raise your right hand and say, so help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. Please sign the form and leave it with me. Thank you. Next list, please.
The next list is Councillor Chikichwa Tembeka, Councillor Vanda Nombini Letitia, Councillor Vava Koliswa, Councillor Zondani Vatiswa Balungile, and Councillor Zozi Zandile. Thank you.
Please say after me, I, your name, hereby swear that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and will obey, respect and uphold the Constitution and all other laws of the Republic. And I solemnly promise to perform my functions as a councillor or traditional leader at the OR Tambo District Municipality to the best of my ability. Raise your right hand and say, so help me God. Thank you. Sign and leave the form and turn to take a picture.
The next on the list is Councillor Bodoza Bukeka, Councillor Fukula Mzukisi Aloshiba, Councillor Libazi Makabongwe, Councillor Mapedumana Busisiwe, and Councillor Mgquba Ayanda.
Please say after me, I, your name, hereby swear that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and will obey, respect and uphold the Constitution and all other laws of the Republic. and I solemnly promise to perform my functions as councillor or traditional leader at the OR Tambo District Municipality to the best of my ability. Please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God." Thank you. Sign the form and leave it with me. Turn to take the picture.
The next to come is Councillor Zama Mapolisa, Councillor Bonzana Mncedisi, Councillor Dudumayo Richard Bongani, Councillor Gcilichana Lindiswa, and Councillor Nock Raymond.
You will say after me, I, your name, do hereby swear that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and will obey, respect and uphold the Constitution and all other laws of the Republic, and I solemnly promise to perform my functions as councillor or traditional leader at the OR Tambo District Municipality to the best of my ability. Raise your right hand and say, "So help me God." Thank you. Turn to take the picture and leave the forms with me.
I call forth Councillor Nondaka Zakheni, Councillor Jamjam Zwandile Alfred, Councillor Maseko Mbeko Nkosinati, Councillor Zungula Mncedisi Yusuf, and Councillor Nzoto Zwelinzima Ernest.
Please say after me, I, your name, hereby swear that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and will obey, respect and uphold the Constitution and all other laws of the Republic, and I solemnly promise to perform my functions as a councillor or traditional leader at the OR Tambo District Municipality to the best of my ability. Please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God." Thank you. sign the form and return it.
The last 4 councillors to come forward is Councillor Somzana Nonana, Councillor Magibi Nekana, Councillor Njovane Sandile, and Councillor Sekese Libohang. Thank you.
Please say after me. I, your name, hereby swear that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and I will obey, respect and uphold the Constitution and all other laws of the Republic, and I solemnly promise to perform my functions as a councillor or traditional leader at the OR Tambo District Municipality to the best of my ability. Please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God." Thank you. Please sign the form and leave it and turn to take a picture.
Thank you, Senior Magistrate Ngubo. Honorable councillors, now that we have got formalities out of the way, we're now ready and willing to proceed with the business of the day. Prior to doing that, let me formally introduce myself. I'm Sbusiso Wycliffe Mkize, the Municipal Manager of OR Tambo District Municipality. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize our guests and dignitaries who are in our midst. We have the leadership from the African National Congress. I've been advised that Mr. Vini Ditsa, the regional coordinator, is with us. Mr. Lulama Ngaitobi, the provincial secretary in the province of the Eastern Cape, is with us. Added to that, we do have government leadership in our midst. We have Minister Stella Ndabeni Abrams, the Minister for Small Business Development. Welcome, ma'am. We have MEC of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs in the province of the Eastern Cape, Mr. Olile Ngata. We have in our midst the Chief Whip of the Port St. John's Municipality, Councillor Noni. Welcome. We have His Worship, the Executive Mayor of the Port St. John's Municipality, Councillor Linga. Welcome. We have the Executive Mayor of KSD, Councillor Nelani. We have the Speaker of KSD, Councillor Sokutu. Those that I've omitted due to the handicaps that I may have currently, as the proceedings proceed, I will recognize leadership as I proceed. Thank you. Handicap number 1, is that I referred to the Port St. John's mayor as his worship. It's in fact her worship, the executive mayor. My apologies. Councillors, welcome. I draw my powers from, as I indicated earlier, Section 29, subsection 2 of the Structures Act, and to that effect, I will continue to preside over these proceedings up until the Speaker is duly elected. I would like to bring to your attention that the OR Tambo Municipality has been in existence for some time, and some systems and procedures are already in place. Council does have the standing rules of order, which standing rules of order will guide the proceedings of today, to be duly accepted by Council today, and those rules of order will remain in force until reviewed by the Council. Councillors and honorable guests, we do have the public which is viewing at the Great Hall across. They are equally welcomed. With those short words, I would like to welcome all of you, duly elected councillors, to the first council of the OR Tambo District Municipality. I will now proceed to item number 5. For the purposes of order, I'll request that Council Secretary, Madam Tsayane, reads out the name of a councillor, and either by show of hand or by standing, whichever is preferable and whichever the councillor is comfortable with, indicate. Thereafter, we'll proceed to introduce the officials of the OR Tambo District Municipality prior to proceeding to item number 6, which is going to be the adoption of the standing rules of order of council. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Honorable MM. I am introducing the following councillors that are referred to as directly elected councillors to the district. They are representing the African National Congress. Calling Honorable Ngqondwana Melusi Douglas. Also representing ANC is Honorable Chapha Ntandokazi Yoliswa. Also from the ANC, Honorable Sokhanyile Thokozile. From the ANC, Honorable Ngudle Mtuwonkolo Phem. From the ANC, Honorable Ngqongwa Nonkoliso. From the ANC, Honorable Ngozi William. From the ANC, Honorable Jacob Unati. From the ANC, Honorable Qomo Nkosifikile. Sorry for that. From the ANC, Honorable Mtuku Nokuthula Beatrice. From the ANC, Honorable Joba Vusumzi Wellington. From the ANC, Honorable Ngamile Nicholson Pazamile. From the ANC, Honorable Kiwili Nompumelelo. From the ANC, Honorable Ndabeni Mlamli. From the ANC, Honorable Zozi Zandile. From the ANC, Honorable Sabisa Thandekile Nelson. From the ANC, Honorable Mdledle Nomthandazo Usula. From the ANC, Honorable Ncinga Notyatyambo Rose. From the ANC, Honorable Dambuza Monwabisi Bonisile. From the ANC, sorry, this honorable councillor is from ATM. Honorable Zungula Mncedisi Yusuf, African Transformation Movement. From the Democratic Alliance, we have Honorable Nzodo Zwelinzima Ernest. From the EFF, we have Honorable Fukula Mzukisi Aloshiba. From the EFF, we have Honorable Podoza Bukeka. From the UDM, we have Honorable Tutumayo Richard Bongani. From the UDM, we have Honorable Celichana Lindiswa. Then let me call again honorable members that are representing Nguza local municipality in the district. From the ANC, we have Honorable Nzumo Tandeka. From the ANC, we have Honorable Njisane Sipokazi. From the ANC, we have Honorable Vava Koliswa. From the ANC, we have Honorable Hanai Wiseman Fundisile. From the ANC, we have Honorable Somzana Nonana. From the ANC, we have Honorable Mapetumana Bosisiwe. From the, I'm sure there's an error here. I humbly apologize for that. I need to rectify with the admin staff. From the independent, we have Honorable Giovanna Sandile. Then we have honorable members representing our local municipality, Port St. John's. We have from the ANC, Honorable Madolo Sonwabo. From the ANC, Honorable Ncolosi Simnikiwe Ivan. From the ANC, Honorable Chikishwa Tembeka. From the ATM, Honorable Jamjam Zwandile Alfred. Then from Nyandeni local municipality, from the ANC, we have Honorable Vanda Nombini Letitia. From the ANC, we have Honorable Dlani Olisile Hamilton. From the ANC, we have Honorable Nonkonyana Nobuntu. From the ANC, we have Honorable Matanda Nozpio Filipina. From the ANC, we have Honorable Zondani Vatiswa Balungile. From ATM, we have Honorable Mbeko Kosinati Maseko. From EFF, we have Honorable Mapolisa Zama. Then we have honorable members from our local municipality, Mhlonhlo. From the ANC, we have Honorable Giyose Mandisa Ruth. From the ANC, we have Honorable Matamela Mabiza. My apologies for that. We will get used to the names of the honorables. From the ANC, we have Honorable Ngapai Ntombekaya Veronica. From the EFF, we have Honorable Libazi Makabongwe. From the UDM, we have Honorable Nondaka Zakeni. From KSD local municipality, AIC is represented by Honorable Sekese Anastasia Lebohang. ANC is represented by Honorable Tokwana Cyril Sandla. ANC, Honorable Molakalaka Limakatso Constance. ANC, Honorable Mhlaba Sidwell. ANC, Honorable Matuba Tuba Nomvoyiso. ANC, Honorable Makaba Matemba. ANC, Honorable Sidlova Nozipho Gladys. ANC, Honorable Badli Tobani. EFF, Honorable Mkoba Ayanda. Independent, Honorable Maikibi Nekana. UDM, Honorable Knox Raymond. UDM, Honorable Bonzana Mnedisi. Those are our honorable members of council. Thank you, Emma.
Thank you, Council Secretary. Still on the same item, I suggest you proceed and introduce the officials of the OR Tambo District Municipality. Thank you.
Thank you, MM. I will introduce the senior management of OR Tambo District Municipality. We have municipal manager that has already introduced himself, who is Mr. S.W. Mkize. We have the Chief Financial Officer, Mr. M. Moleko. We have the acting CEO of Ntinga Development Agency, Mr. L. Mbiko. We have the Director responsible for Water and Sanitation Services, Mr. A. Velem. We have the Director responsible for Technical Services, Mrs. M. Ndwandwe. We have the Director responsible for Corporate Services, Mr. F. Mpako. We have the Acting Director responsible for Community Services, Mrs. N. Somana. We have the Director responsible for Human Settlements, Ms. Mnyanda N. We have the Director responsible for REDP, Mrs. PAX Dunyo. We have the Acting Director in the Office of the Municipal Manager, Mr. Vukapi. We have the Director Internal Audit, Mrs. S. Mandla. We have the Director in the Office of the Executive Mayor, Ms. B.N. Batani. We have the Director for Legislative Services, Mrs. T.M. Tsayane, that is myself. And we have the Legal Advisor to Council, Mr. Nkalweni. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. We proceed with the agenda. I now invite council to go to item number 6 of the agenda and with recommendations. Thank you. With the recommendations to adopt the standing rules of order. May I get a mover and a seconder? Councillor Nogwana.
Thank you very much, Accounting Officer. Let me take this opportunity first, ukuba ndibulise the honorable councillors, ndibulise umphathiswa we local government in the Eastern Cape, ndibulise the honorable Deputy Minister unobhala we governing party nayo yonke leadership ahamba nayo, ndibulise usalga officials led by the accounting officer. I move that we accept the standing orders as the working tool that we will use whilst we will be able to review the standing orders as and as when is necessary. Thank you very much.
Councillor, may I get a seconder? Any seconder? Councillor. Any counter motion? Thank you, councillors. There being none, the standing orders for the OR Tambo have been duly accepted.
No.
And thank you, councillor. You have the floor.
Yes. Let me take this opportunity to bully say, Kwe, and bully say councillors, long as Koyaba, our traditional leaders, members of the media and the administration. Now, I would like before we the item party register something so that ngenyimini singaziboni siphansi koxinzelelo. As much as the standing orders bezi adopted last year according to the background last year May the council meeting corner as the members of the EFF esilapha sasingekho ngelo xesha, but sifuna ukuthi ke kuthi uqhubeka nale item si register somehow kwezinye areas ezikhona kwezi standing orders kukhona izinto esinganqwenela thina singumuntu we-EFF zi-correct ezinye zi-amendwe so that sikwazi ukuthi yonke into edibanisa nezi-standing orders ibe yinto eza-accommodate almost zonke political parties. But as I've said, thina siyimizimember ze-EFF asithi makuthini, but zihala nje before you proceed you must also register our concern as members of the EFF. Please ngicela i-order councileni asikho semgalelweni apha sise-councileni sixoxe ngamanye amgalelo ngicela i-order councileni. As I'm saying mhlawumbe ngaphambili before you proceed with ilendo to item elandelayo sicela to register leyo nto as members of the EFF ukuthi sinayo i-concern kubezinto zezi-standing orders. I know there is no council without standing orders, but sina i-concern so that whatever kwenzeka ntoni niyazi uba siregister into enjalo. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. For the purposes of record, may we have the councillor's name? Thank you.
Mzuki Sifukula, EFF councillor.
Thank you very much, Councillor. The motion is unanimously carried, save to say, as the councillor who moved the motion indicated that these rules will remain in force until reviewed by council, which councillor concurs with. Thank you. We proceed to the declaration of interest, councillors. Councillors, for the purposes of order, I would suggest that we, in line with the Systems Act, Schedule number 1, prepare all the declarations that councillors would need to make as public officers. The list is found on the Systems Act, Schedule 1, subsection 7, where the list has been unpacked. And the Council Secretariat will then ensure that those are collected and filed accordingly. It's both a requirement and a compliance matter. Thank you. We move to item number 7. Councillors, item number 7 deals with the election of the Speaker, after which I will then hand over to him or her. The procedure to be followed is detailed in the Structures Act, Schedule number 3. As the chairperson of the meeting, I will call for nominations for the office of the Speaker. Such a nomination must be in a form that the Act requires I design. The form will carry the name of the councillor who has been nominated, the seconder, and signed by 2 other councillors, together with the acceptance by the councillor who has been nominated. I haven't received any forms. I will allow an opportunity for Secretariat to, upon request, distribute to the relevant person who wishes to nominate a candidate for the office of the Speaker of the OR Tambo District Municipality. Forms are ready. Thank you, Councillor. I see your hand. The suggestion is that you request to be given a form. Thank you, Councillor. You have the floor.
Thank you, Accounting Officer. Mandi bulise ko Honorable Councillor base OR Tambo. Ndibulise kwinkokheli ze ruling party led by Utata ululama Ngcukaithobi, ndibulise kwinkokheli zorhulumento ezikhoyo apha, uminister no-MEC, ndibulise kwindwendwe zethu kutsho oko i-community yalapha e-OR Tambo. Ndibulisa ke nakwi-administration as led by u-accounting officer. Ndibulisa ngegama likatata u-Oliver Tambo esithuye ngaye apha kwelibhunga. Nomthandazo Eshla Mdledle, standing to nominate uYolisa Ntandokazi Chapha as the Honorable Speaker of this council. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. The team will assist with the formal requirements of the formal nomination, which would need to comply with this requirement prior to proceeding with the meeting. Thank you. I see Councillor Kanta's hand. Thank you. Second nomination. Seconding the nomination.
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mandi Kalendi Bulise, kwi leadership yonke ekhoyo apha, ukuqala kwe-governing party, ukuya kutsho kwe-urhulumente. Ndibulise kwi-colleagues, ndibulise ku-MM with i-administration ayikhokelayo. Ndingu-councillor Nontyatyambo Gcingca. I rise to second Honorable Councillor Mdledle xa ephakamisa igama likamama uChapha as the Honorable Speaker of the Council. Enkosi kakhulu.
Councillors, I'll request that in terms of subsection 2, I get the seconder prior to requesting the mayor-elect to accept, the speaker-elect to accept the nomination. I saw the hand of Councillor Ndabeni.
Thanks, Chair. Greetings to everybody. I stand to second to stand as a seconder of the motion raised by Honorable Councillor Mdledle. Thanks, Chairperson.
Thank you. Thank you. I have one name duly nominated seconded by two councillors. I'll now proceed to request whether Councillor Kappa does accept or decline the nomination.
Thank you very much, Accounting Officer. Greetings to the leadership of the ANC as led by Provincial Secretary, Minister Stella Abrahams, MEC Ngata, Comrade Vini, the coordinator, all councillors present, and the administration as led by Accounting Officer and the people of our Tambo at large. I accept the nomination. Thank you very much.
As Councillor Kappa signs the nomination, and for the purposes of progress, I'll take it that I've been presented with one nomination duly signed by the nominee. I'll now proceed to check with council if there is any other nomination. I'll go once, I'll go twice, I'll go for the third time. And in this event, we have one candidate for the position of the Speaker of the OR Tambo. And councillors, ladies and gentlemen, leadership, I take this opportunity to declare Councillor Kappa as the duly elected Speaker of the OR Tambo. We will rise as we accept him.
I will now call upon the Speaker to take an oath as the elected Speaker of the district municipality. You will please say after me, I, Councillor Tandokazi Yolisa Chapa, having been duly elected as the Council Speaker of the OR Tambo District Municipality, do hereby swear and solemnly declare that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa, carry out my duties and functions to the best of my ability, and serve my community in an impartial and unbiased manner, to do all things necessary to promote a transparent, effective, and democratic local government. Please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God." Thank you.
Thank you very much, Accounting Officer. Kubantu base Tambo, Provincial Secretary of the African National Congress, and all other political parties present, Miss Minister Stella Abrahams, Miss Ngata, IEC officials, honorable councillors, distinguished guests, management yasewar Tambo and the support staff, ndilapha ndiphakama nokubulela nokundibulisa egameni labantu abayi 1.5 basewar Tambo. Kuthiwa a nation should not be judged by how it treats its highest citizens, but on how it treats the lowest sources, Utatu Mandela. We are converging on this day to take an oath that we shall serve our people with dignity and honor. We are here with a very clear mandate from the masses to deliver goods and services as the people pronounce themselves on challenges confronting them during the election period. As a country, we are confronted with triple challenges: poverty, unemployment, and inequality. OR Tambo is amongst the poorest district as per the state South Africa. It is also the district with a low GDP contribution in the Eastern Cape province, regardless of the potential enayo that is not explored to its fullest. OR Tambo is also a district with high HIV prevalence, regardless of the fact that we are a NHI pilot. Nelson Mandela had this to say: overcoming poverty is not a task of charity. It is an act of justice. Like slavery and apartheid, poverty is not natural. It is man-made, and it can be overcome and be eradicated by the actions of human beings. Sometimes it falls on the generation to be great. You can be the great generation as well. Let us be great, and let our greatness blossom. We have an obligation to deliver to our people. We have a responsibility to deliver them out of poverty and despair, but there are fundamentals which we have to follow, which include unity of purpose and unity in diversity. We are coming from various political parties with different agendas, but we are united by the agenda of the government of the day. I want to repeat that one. We are different, of course, but we are united under the agenda of the government of the day. whose strategic direction is derived from the National Development Plan, which implies that we are one body, which is the Council of OR Tambo. The fact that the district municipality practices separation of powers, where there is independence, there's an interdependence between legislative and executive powers. This suggests that there is no point of us to differ, but it is the way of accelerating service delivery without hiccups and long processes, but within the prescripts of law, which gives us power to the council to be the final arbiter in matters of compliance. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So says the Chinese philosopher. Our first step is to unite behind the vision of the district of OR Tambo and push very hard to achieve that mission. The vision will be achieved through a posture of being a cadre which warrants the following as defined by Che Guevara in the most famous writings called the Cadre's Book, The Backbone of Revolution. A cadre is an individual who has achieved sufficient political development to be able to interpret the extensive directives emanating from the central power, make them his own, and convey them as an orientation to the masses. A person at the same time also perceives the signs manifested by the masses on their desire and their innermost motivations. It is an individual of ideological and administrative discipline who knows and practices of democratic centralism and who knows how to elevate an existing conditions in this method and to utilize its facets. An individual who knows how to practice the principles of collective discussion and make decisions on his own and take responsibility in production, who is loyal, whose loyalty is tested, and whose physical and moral courage has developed along with his ideological development in such a way that he is always willing to confront any conflict and to give his life for the good of the revolution. He is an individual capable of self-analysis, which enables him to make necessary decisions and to exercise a creative initiative in such a manner that it won't conflict with discipline. An individual who's able to make use of all possible opportunities to the skill and develop yourself in order to play more constructive part in the society. An individual who is ready to sacrifice for something he believes in and also sacrifice for something that will improve the lives of millions. I quote this because we are faced with uphill mammoth task of leading a district municipality which needs a well-dedicated body of people whose tools of analysis are very sharp, ready to take sacrifices. We need to be well abreast with issues and statutes as local government sphere is over-legislated. The Municipal Structures Act has been amended, so we need to acclimatize ourselves with amendments so as to avoid faltering on the way. We need to be very conversant of the role of the state institutions like COGTA and SALGA, which are meant to support and intervene in local government sphere so as to confront, to conform and comply with regulations and subsequent actions. This will bear fruits of clean, good governance, which is corruption-free with no political instability and infightings. We need to do due diligence in reading, analyzing, interpreting documents for the correct end product, which has standing legal and otherwise. We need to have council committees and structures which are capable of turning things around and playing oversight for OR Tambo to be a better place to be for millions of people. Let us appreciate, but not rejoice, the time we have been given to lead, as time is against us in terms of service delivery. Let us all roll our sleeves and put hands on the deck, for this will be a rough ride as the image of our district is tainted and the need all of us to change the status quo. I thank you. Thank you very much. On a lighter note, I will say it's good to be back. I was once here 10 years ago. Sibaninzi ke Jola nasibuyile. Sibaninzi abanye we once directors in this institution, now they are back. So with those few words, it's good to be back. We'll come to our agenda. Siyathembisa kuba saniphatha kahle uba nathi nisiphethe kahle as i-council. We note the standing orders as presented, and we are not going to make any drama around the standing orders, but we must put an emphasis that there are standing orders, and in standing order there's a dress code that all of you are expected to dress accordingly. So today we won't give you any hassles about it, but in future you must take note of that. We're not going to give you any satisfaction if you are expecting anything from us as the council. We're just making sure that you must be aware of what is expected of you as a member of this council. Now we are going to the business of the day. Item number 9 is the election of the executive mayor. We will use the same process that was used when we were electing the speaker. I will call for nominations for the names for the election of the executive mayor. Comrade, Councillor Julie. Councillor Julie.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mandi bulise kuwe kuqala njengo chairperson webhunga lethu lase OR Tambo. Ndibulise i-leadership ye-ruling party led by Provincial Secretary, MEC, no minister, i-leadership from ELMs, traditional leadership ephakathi kwethu, i-administration led by UMM, ne community yase OR Tambo ngokubanzi, nazo zonke i-stakeholders ezi-relevant nezikhoyo phakathi kwethu. My name is Nompumelelo Gwili. I rise to nominate Honorable Councillor Douglas Mesuli Ngundwana as the executive mayor of the district municipality OR Tambo. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Julie. Can you please make sure that a form is sent to Comrade Councillor Julie, so that azokwazi usignela, and then if I can then call a seconder to the nomination, Councillor Giose.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me greet you first and also congratulate you.
Thank you
for taking that position. Again, let me also greet our distinguished guests. Ndiqaphele ubukho bomphathiswa wale department no minister kananjalo uMafaku. Ndibulise zonke mayors zalapha eOR Tambo ezizindwendwe zethu eziqavileyo, kananjalo nayo yonke imibutho ekhona, kodwa ndiqaphele ubukho kanobhala uJola we-ANC. Ndiqaphele nobukho buka coordinator we-ANC kule region ebizwa ngomuntu omkhulu uba Oliver Tambo. Ndiqaphele ubukho bama-councillor onke we-OR Tambo. Ndingazilibalanga nezinye indwendwe ezingabe zikhona mhlawumbe endingaziqaphelanga. Ndiqaphele ndibulise kuwe accounting officer ne-directorate yakho. Ndibuye ke nditsho uba pho ndingubani. Mna kaloku ndingumama uMandisa Ruth Elophehlelelo Gios, ngakhe ke uthi Magi uthi Mampandla ndiphakama ndixhasa uHonorable Councillor Gwili ngoku nominator uHonorable Mesuli Ngqondwana njengosozithili walo masipala wase-OR Tambo. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Councillor. You can then sign a form. Can I then ask Honorable Councillor Douglas Mesuli Ngqondwana ukuba uyalwamkela na uxanduva?
Honorable Speaker, all protocol observed, ndiyema.
Thank you very much, Honorable Councillor. Oh, I need a seconder. Can I get a seconder? Councillor Kosfikile Gqomo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. All protocol observed. I rise to be a seconder. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Isabulela kakhulu, Councillor Gqomo. Is there any other name or anyone who wants to nominate the second name? Going once, twice. Thank you very much. Ithetha ukuthi lonto, we've got only one nomination and is also accepted by the person who was nominated. Therefore, I will then pronounce that Honorable Councillor Douglas Mesuli Ngqondwana is the Executive Mayor of OR Tambo District Municipality. I ndisetyenziwe unxibe igawuni. can come and take oath, Executive Mayor.
Please say after me. I, Councillor Mesuli Douglas Ngondwana, having been duly elected as the Executive Mayor of OR Tambo District Municipality, do hereby swear and solemnly declare that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa, carry out my duties and functions to the best of my ability, and serve my community in an impartial and unbiased manner, to do all things necessary to promote a transparent, effective, and democratic local government. Please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God." So help me God. Thank you.
Magistrate and the Executive Mayor. I will then come to item 9.1. Oh, we've done 9.1. Then we come to item number 10, election of the Deputy Executive Mayor. The municipality that we have, which is OR Tambo, it's a municipality with the Deputy Executive Mayor. I will then follow the same process that we used when we were electing
umthana wakwafaka. Ayike mamthembu. Ayike mvelase. Ayike mabhuwa. Ayike mbopha kamkhulukeli. Nawe ke namhla unomlomo ingumbu. Kuhleka lokungathi liqhalanga lizawumoka. Usiqhubeke ntombazana inkozo. Malibala mampondo mse. Malibala mahebhele. Malibala bathembu. Malibala mampondo enyandeni. Awukwaduka ke mntam. Uzukuvule intotwana yo. Yemntam bheka. Umtshela uThixo. Okokuba bangavuyiyo. Masebenzama bavuye. Abangonwabanga. Makasose bonwabe. Bakaloku leti idaliwe. Leti inkosazana yinto eyinqaba. Bangumlomo kaTamate esizweni. Zenikhokhele ngenyameko. Zenikhokhele sisizwe. Iyantukwantukwana mayiphelele apha. Kakubhekwa kuthi. We need a delivery. No matter you don't like that councillor, but what to request to you is a delivery for the community of our town. No matter you don't pay it, our Tambo. If you put on a Latin telepege company, if you put on a Latin telepege toilet, you're on your turn in Nava. Nikumere Johnny Kakati.
Enkosi kakhulu. Ndiyabona Honorable Councillor Ngqondwana usiphathele imbongi. Uzeziphathele imbongi. The second item of nominating the Deputy Executive Mayor. I will now call for the nominations for the Deputy Executive Mayor of OR Tambo Municipality. Can I get Honorable Nchuba?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. It's good to be back. Kule 5 years besihleli outside the council bendihamba izingcwabo. Kukhona utata wapha ekhaya ndiwema empondweni. Xa elungisa ixesha lokokubana kuyabulelwa isingcwabo sithatha ixesha elide. Uyaxa ibulisa athi mchiyamile nomathi bakho. Ngendisitsho ke nawo ndithi saphika nomathi bakho. But ke kukhona i-leadership yephondo ingathi penalize loo nto as led by uJola ephethele i-briefcase ngumkwena. And no minister uMafaku nomkabayi u-MEC ne-leadership yonke ne-colleagues zam ecouncileni ne-management at large nomantyi osenzela umsebenzi womhla namhlanje. I'm rising to nominate the name of Honorable Councillor Thokozile Sokanyile to take the position of being the Deputy Executive Mayor of OR Tambo Municipality. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Councillor Nchuba. We have received that nomination. Can I get a seconder to that? Yes, Councillor.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I, Nomvoyiso Matubatuba, rise to second the Councillor Nchuba when he is nominating the name of Thokozile Sokanyile.
Thank you very much, Councillor Matubatuba. Can I get the seconder? Yes, Councillor.
Enkosi somlomo mandibulisa wena ndibulise ibhunga lonke ngokuthi ingqanga nentsiba zayo ndingucouncillor umhlaba ndiphakamela ukuxhasa ucouncillor Matubatuba okokuba umama uSokhanyile makabe ngusekela sodolophi wale OR Tambo. Enkosi.
Thank you very much, Councillor Mhlaba. Honorable Sokanyile, do you accept the nomination?
Honorable Speaker, let me greet you first. Let me greet the leadership, African National Congress that is here led by the Provincial Secretary. Let me greet the presence of Minister Ustela Ndabeni Mafaku, ndibulise u-MEC, mandibulise ngokuzithoba who has just elected executive mayor, Honorable Ngqondwana. Mandibulise African National Congress, deployees that are here in OR Tambo, and other parties that are joining the African National Congress. Let me greet the administration that is here. Let me greet uMantyi osifungisileyo namhlanje watsho uba singama-council. Let me greet everyone that is present to this council today. Her Worship Somlomo, I fully agree that la tata ndandimshiyela ibele pha enyandeni usoloko ethe ncapha emva kwam. Mandivume ukumsekela. Enkosi.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Sokanyile. Is there any other nomination? Going once, second. Inkosi kakhulu. Akukho elinye igama. Therefore, Honorable Sokanyile is the Deputy Executive Mayor of our Tambo District Municipality. Can I then, thank you, can I then invite the magistrate to make sure that you take oath of office?
Thank you. Please say after me. I, Councillor Thokozile Sokanyile,
I, Councillor Thokozile Sokanyile,
having been duly elected as the Deputy Executive Mayor of OR Tambo District Municipality,
having been duly elected as the Deputy Mayor of OR Tambo District Municipality,
do hereby swear and solemnly declare that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa,
I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa,
carry out my duties and functions to the best of my ability,
carry out my duties and functions to the best of my ability,
and serve my community in an impartial and unbiased manner,
serve my community in an impartial and unbiased manner,
to do all things necessary to promote a transparent, effective, and democratic local government,
to do all things necessary to promote a transparent, effective, and democratic local government.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Order Councillor. Can now we go to item number 11, election of the Chief Whip of Council. In the new Amendment Structures Act, the office of the Chief Whip is also part of the office bearers. Ayikho lanto manje sithi okho legislated. Sidlule kuloo nto. Now it is legislated. It is also part of the office bearers. Can I get the nominations? Honorable Ngudle.
I, Councillor Mtuoxolo Ngudle, rise to nominate Councillor Nonkoliso Ngongwa as a Council Chief Whip of OR Tambo District Municipality.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ngudle. Can I get a second to that? Yes, Councillor Demakata.
Mandibulise somlomo webhunga lo uthethayo nguDimakatso Constance Mulakalaka. Ndiphakamisa ukuxhasa uKhansila Mtuoxolo Ngudle xa ephakamisa igama lika Councillor Nonkoliso Ngongwa njengo Chief Whip. Enkosi.
Seconder to the seconder. Councillor Ngamile.
Enkosi Somlomo. Greetings to you, Honorable Speaker of the Council. Greetings to the Executive Mayor. Greetings to the Deputy Executive Mayor. Leadership of the ruling party, the ANC. Greetings to you, leadership. I rise to second the seconding the nomination of the Council, Chief Whip of this Council. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ngamile. Honorable Ngongwa, do you accept the nomination?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Kapa. Ndithatha lithuba lobulisa leadership of the governing party led by uComrade Ungcuka Itobi, Honorable Minister Stella Ndabeni-Abrahams, MEC Kokta, MEC Ngata, Executive Mayor, Deputy Executive Mayor, party leaders in this council, honorable councillors, SALGA and all other stakeholders, leaders of local municipalities, also the community of OR Tambo. Ndiyalamkela olu xanduva. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ngongwa. Any other nomination? Going once, twice. Thank you very much. There is no other nomination. Therefore, Honorable Councillor Ngongwa is the Council Chief Whip of OR Tambo Municipality Council. Sakufuthamisela.
Thank you. Please say after me. I, Councillor Nonkoliso Ngongwa, having been duly elected as the Chief Whip of OR Tambo District Municipality, do hereby swear and solemnly declare that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa, carry out my duties and functions to the best of my ability, and serve my community in an impartial and unbiased manner, to do all things necessary to promote a transparent, effective, and democratic local government. Please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God."
So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we come to item number 12. In terms of Section 79 of the Structures Act, a council can elect a committee. Now we are going to elect the chairperson of a Section 79 committee, which is called Municipal Public Accounts Committee. I now call upon for the nomination for the chairperson of the Municipal Public Accounts Committee. Yes. Councillor Nchesana.
Manibulele kuwe Madam Speaker, ndibulise kuwe. Ndibulise kwi-leadership ruling party African National Congress led by Provincial Secretary ekhoyo apha. Ndibulise all honorable councillors ne-executive yethu ekhokhelwe nguFaku pha, Councillor Ngqondwana Omtshakaca. Ndibulise ii-guests ezikhoyo apha namhlanje ne-stakeholders ezikhoyo. Igama lam ndinguSiphokazi Ntshisane, and I stand to nominate the name of Councillor Nompumelelo Gwili to be the chairperson of the Municipal Public Accounts Committee in the district. Thank you.
Much, Honorable Nchesane. Seconder, Councillor Ngamile.
Enkosi Samlom. My name is Councillor Ngamile. I rise to second the nomination made by Councillor Nchesane. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ngamile. A seconder to the seconder. Yes, Councillor.
Seqala unobhala wephondo ekhatshwa ngunobhala weregion yaseWAR Tambo Comrade Vini ndixhasa ukuxhasa umama uJwili abe ngu-portfolio head wakwa MPEC. Enkosi.
Thank you very much, Honorable Julie. Do you accept the nomination?
Chairperson, portfolio head.
Somlomo webhunga obekekileyo ndiyafumaneka Somlomo. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other nominations? Going once or for a moment, when Councillor Tutumai. There are no more nominations. Therefore, it means Councillor Julie is the chairperson of MPEC. Thank you very much. You can sign all the forms. You are not going to take a oath of office, Honorable. Ndicinga into yobana ke indawo yakhe iyatshintsha. Belekazi unyukela phaa ecala kwa-Chief Whip. Thank you very much, Honorable Councillors. I will now invite the newly elected Executive Mayor of OR Tambo to give us an acceptance speech and also give us a report, if he does have any, in relation to the appointment of mayoral committee members. Over to you, Honorable Executive Mayor.
Ndiyabulisa ku-Speaker we-Council yase-OR Tambo, uCouncillor Chapha. Ndibulise kwimantyi ephakathi kwethu kuzofungisa amakhansela. Deputy Executive Mayor, Chair of MPEC, councillors, bulisa ngokukhethekileyo u-Provincial Secretary we-African National Congress, Comrade Ngaitobi, nonobhala we-Region ya Tambo, Comrade Tsita, Comrade Ndabeni, ilungu lendlu somthetho yephondo, ilungu lesigqeba sephondo se-ANC, Comrade Ndabeni Abrahams, umphathiswa wokuphuhlisa kwamashishini amancinci abantu bakuthi, peace member, the MEC for Kokta, Tata Unqathe, MPL. Ndibulisa indwendwe i-guest isihlonipheki eziphakathi kwethu namhlanje from various institutions. I have seen abantu abasuka ku-Kokta, ku-Treasury, the municipal manager, council secretary, i-members zonke ze-administration, abasebenzi bonke base-OR Tambo District Municipality, and any other individuals who deserve a specific mention. Siyazihlonipha zonke. Zikhona ke ziphakamisayo kodwa ngelishwa ndizibona ngolo hlobo mna. I rise to welcome the responsibility that firstly I am given as the executive mayor yalo Municipality, as well as to, on behalf of this collective of councillors coming from different political organizations represented in this council, welcome and receive the responsibility that we are given ngabantu base-OR Tambo District Municipality. Let me also hasten to acknowledge the leadership of our local municipalities, ephakathi kwethu, in the form of troikas, as well as the leadership of any other political party that might have sent its leaders to witness this very important day in the history and calendar of the OR Tambo district. Mankale ke ndenjenje, over and above the delegations that are specifically mentioned in various pieces of legislation to the Deputy Executive Mayor, I take this opportunity to delegate a further on the oversight over the implementation and maintenance of all mayoral flagship projects, to champion the steering committee of the Enterprise Development Center, champion the oversight over the intervention program of male circumcision in the district, chair the district AIDS council when the executive mayor is not available, initiate the establishment of sound relations and partnership with international, national, provincial, and local institutions and organizations for resource mobilization and for their strategic objectives. To the portfolio head for budget and treasury, They'll be responsible for revenue management, institutional budget and expenditure services, accounting and financial environmental control, financial reporting, oversight over the implementation of supply chain management policy, oversight over internal financial performance. The function of auditing, I must mention that it must, as a matter of extreme urgency, be removed from the Budget and Treasury Department. It is a function of the Municipal Manager's Office because it must be independent. So we must quickly facilitate a legal process to remove it from the Budget and Treasury so that we can strengthen its independence. Same as risk management. Oversight of provisioning of financial services, support to local municipalities, developing capacity to address challenges related to non-payment of bulk suppliers and recovery of money owed to municipalities by committees, government departments, and businesses. Portfolio Head for Corporate Services, Human Resource Management and Development Services, Information and Communications Technology, Information Records and Knowledge Management, including Information Security Systems and Archiving, Facilities Management and Auxiliary Services, Customer Relations Management, and the rolling out of the Batu Bili standards for local government, Municipal Safety and Security Services, Individual Performance Management System, provision of support to local municipalities in line with the relevant functional areas, enhancing the existing skills and capabilities, and recruiting officials with requisite technical skills, administrative knowledge and experience, coordinate and lead labor relations, strengthening local partnerships with the trade unions and enhance service delivery, promoting education and training of municipal officials through skills development initiatives. Portfolio Head for Water and Services will be responsible for governance of water and sanitation services, planning, implementation, and management of all bulk water infrastructure, wastewater treatment, water and wastewater reticulation and sanitation services, development, implementation, and enforcement of the water services bylaws, ensure access to potable water supply to the communities, free basic services, and the management of water quality and affluent discharge, planning and project management, including the unit responsible for management and utilization of all water services grant funds, leading the implementation of water and sanitation capital, interface with the committees on project implementation to harmonize relations and eliminate conflicts, water conservation and demand management, oversee engineering and project professional services in the district and local municipalities. Lead on the operation of maintenance of water and sanitation service infrastructure projects, promote water and sanitation customer relations, manage the daily operations of the water and sanitation services infrastructure and responding to committee complaints and queries, promptly attend to water leaks, pipe bursts and losses, interface with local municipalities to ensure provision of water services. The Portfolio Head for Technical Services will take care of roads and transport planning, including project identification, transport planning, traffic assessment, and integration transport plans, roads, electricity, and basic energy services across the district, management of the municipal buildings and the relevant infrastructure, dealing with renovations and the municipal assets, ensuring improved access to municipal services and reduced outsourcing, building capacity to undertake long-term planning with a view to ensure coordination and integration of strategies for growth and development, build environment and coordination of municipal public works, coordination of IGR in the relevant area of responsibility. The Portfolio Head for Community Services will be functional in the following areas: municipal health, risk and community safety, bylaw enforcement, emergency fire and disaster services, facilitation of district-wide community services development agenda, coordination of waste management and community services, ensuring improved access to municipal services and reduced outsourcing, strengthening local partnerships with community-based organizations to enhance service delivery, fighting crime in communities by strengthening the community safety forums, better collaboration between government departments, communities, and stakeholders to accelerate the development and support of early childhood development facilities, and speeding up the provisions of libraries and library resources to a further 800 schools, promoting health, preventing disease, and strengthening the delivery of primary health care, promoting better collaboration between government departments, communities, and stakeholders to accelerate the development and support of early childhood development facilities. Promote health and primary health care in our communities through promoting health, preventing disease, and strengthening the delivery of primary health care, and working with the provincial and national departments to deliver ideal clinics through Operation Pagisa to speedily improve health infrastructure services, especially in national health insurance pilot sites, ensuring that municipal programs strengthen the social fabric of our communities, honoring and celebrating collective heritage sites in municipalities, building commonly shared sites and venues for worship to accommodate diverse cultural and religious activities. The portfolio head for rural and economic development will, among other things, work on the cooperatives and SMME empowerment and support, job creation and support, and regulate informal trading, promote and facilitate trade, investment, and export. Also look on tourism and signage management function, rural development and agrarian reform, improve environmental management, coordinate spatial planning in line with the legislation. The portfolio head for human settlements will be on coordinating of housing development services and planning, facilitate the provision of housing for the homeless, sector coordination and support to local municipalities forging integrated forms of settlement, facilitate the availability of state-owned land to respond to rapid urbanization, economic development, and settlement of communities. The portfolio head for special programs will be looking into the mainstreaming the interest of the designated vulnerable groups, ensure that the development and needs of the designated groups are always a priority, to spearhead public awareness and education for the promotion of mainstreaming youth, women, people with disabilities, elderly, and children, coordination of government departments and other stakeholders in the district to ensure that programs for designated groups are developed and implemented. Lead the advocacy and lobby processes and structures to ensure delivery of sensitive to youth, women, and people with disabilities, elderly, and children. Coordinate the district HIV/AIDS council and participate at provincial level, embarking on campaigns against drug and substance abuse and illegal trading in our communities, and working with all sectors to end violence against women and children, promoting better collaboration between government departments, communities, and stakeholders to accelerate development. The portfolio head for IGR will coordinate the evidence-based policy development and research, promote IGR interface among sectors in the district, lead the approaches that serve to promote community participation in the municipal affairs, lead the strategic planning of the municipality and coordinate all processes for the credible IDP, manage the corporate performance management and reporting, formulation and implement district communication strategy, lead information management processes and dissemination, manage processes for the development of the district long-term planning, be a custodian of the district developmental model approach as introduced by the presidency. Madam Speaker, I shall now proceed to mention before this council and to the members of the OR Tambo district community the names of individuals that I will, in terms of the powers vested on me, allocate the responsibility in the functional areas I have made mention of. Then we say on infrastructure, water and sanitation, we will have Councillor Mduokolo Pemgudle as the portfolio head. On corporate services, we will have Councillor Thandi Mdledle. On RTP, we will have Councillor Mlamlinda Beni. On community services, we will have Councillor Nonjagambo Tsinga. On IGR, we will have Councillor Nkosifikile Komo. On human settlements, we'll have Councillor Tandegile Sabisa. On technical services, we will have Councillor William Ngozi. On SPU, we will have Councillor Noktula Mtuku. On PTO, we will have Councillor Mandisa Kiyose. This is a team of councillors that will be working with the Office of the Executive Mayor, providing support as contemplated, having said in various pieces of legislation. And let me take this opportunity to wish them all the best on the responsibilities that I hereby assign to them. Lastly, we take this office as this council, knowing very clearly that there has been leaders before us. There's been a municipality. It is not formulated today. And we can say over the past years, a very good work has been undertaken, albeit very serious shortcomings in the second half of the last term of this council. We mention this because it is dangerous for any leadership to assume that the function of leadership starts and ends with them. We have to learn to accept and acknowledge work that has been done by those who came before you. And we must take this opportunity to, on behalf of the people of Tambo, thank the outgone leadership for the work they have done, and mention quite clearly that out of their daily activities as the leadership of this council, we've had the opportunity to think and imagine what we would have to do in the event the people would give us the opportunity to represent them. So from their strengths and weaknesses, we as this leadership are a better people, because there's things that we have seen and some of which we have vowed to never repeat. We have a duty as this leadership, and our duty starts with ensuring that we mobilize all internal stakeholders of this municipality behind the vision of this institution. We have to ensure that our workers, the cleaners in the floors of our buildings, those mowing the grass, the security personnel, the firefighters, and all those particularly form part of the lower echelons of our administration, see the vision in no less clearer terms than we do as the political and administrative leadership. We have to come up with very clear mechanisms to ensure that we cascade this vision so that everyone may see what piece of this puzzle do they form, and therefore what responsibilities do they have in ensuring that we create a better OR Tambo District Municipality. We have to mobilize all of them, and very deliberately. We have to mobilize the management, the administration, the unions, and everyone to understand the primacy of the role that they are given by legislation to manage the checks and balances, ensuring that we at all times find mechanism to fight self within us, to ensure that through legislation they are able to harness everyone, including the political leadership, towards a leadership and governance characterized with clean governance. We have to make them realize the importance of the space at which they operate, so that for future purposes, never again do they fall at the hands of individuals driven by lust for power, greed, and love of money and fine things. That administrators ensure that they do serve as these anchors to say, no, this is not how things shall be done. Because we move from a premise and presumption that they are better capable to interpret this legislation, to implement the strategy, and monitor, actually, its implementation continuously. But should the day arrive when administrators decide to flop across these council chambers and seek refuge and protection from certain fractions and groupings of councillors within this institution, we must kiss our vision goodbye and close shop. I mention that because it's very important, and I am aware that it is predominantly part of what has served as an anchor of anarchy in this institution for the past 2 years. We have to say it. I am not saying this because I'm trying to absolve politicians who have been at the center of it. They have been at the center of it. We have been at the center of it as politicians. But the point I'm driving is that when I say they form part and an important part of the checks and balances that must always harness every individual that gets overpowered by self towards the correct route in the upliftment of the lives of the people of OR Tambo. I invite the administration to come join us in that very good work. Councillors, we are charged with the duty of leading the planning, the formulation of the vision of this institution, the identification of needs, assessment thereof, the implementation of plans, the oversight in the implementation of those plans. We are charged with being with the communities that voted us into power at all times. We are charged with ensuring that through our daily lives, there is a presence of the OR Tambo District Municipality in our communities. And once councillors develop any other interest above this one, we must know that we have taken a wrong turn. I am aware that amongst us, as councillors, are many skilled and experienced individuals in various fields of administration. We have Honorable Zungula, who was CEO at Ndinga for the longest of times. We have many other people who have been councillors here before. Councillor Njuba was saying it, the speaker was saying it. We know those individuals possess a certain degree of administrative acumen, and we must make use of that particular skill in ensuring that we do our oversight function in an informed and skilled way, to ensure that we don't just take documents, go through them, and give a note, but ensure that we study them thoroughly and arrive at a point where we say we append our signature because we believe that good work has been done, and that good work is value for money. We must engage with all stakeholders of the district municipality, all of them invariably. We must take to the institution of traditional leadership. We must talk to the church and the clergy. We must talk to business. We must talk to academics and professionals. We must talk to various interest groups in the district in a bid to ensure that when we craft the vision of this institution, it's not some imaginary kind of a vision that is known only to us in these chambers, but draft a vision that is an outcome of a consultative political process aimed at determining directly from the people what is it that the people of OR Tambo want. And we must plead with leaders of political parties to, over and above their opposition responsibilities, ensure that we find one another towards ensuring that we facilitate a dialogue amongst our communities in a bid to come up with a vision and plan that talks to the real needs of our people. For business, we need them as critics on how we dispense our responsibility towards local economic development. We have to try our best to ensure that money that is allocated to the OR Tambo district to a very large extent revolves within the OR Tambo district. We must try our best to plead with business people to constructively criticize us, to engage us, to ensure that we know what their direct and real needs are, so that we put an end to an era where even business will be factionalized. You have some group of 8 singing at the gates, they don't want that councillor, they want that one, serving in the factional interest of mischievous individuals hell-bent on disarming the institution from executing its responsibility. They have to identify and understand their collective responsibility towards the creation of a conducive environment for business. At least we must be in a position to account for the percentage of money that is given to local business in the OR Tambo district, so that we can ensure that this money creates jobs here, so that we can ensure that this money feeds the children of OR Tambo. We have to engage with them with cool spirits and make a fair attempt to show them the real purpose of their factionalization, that it is never about their interests, but it is about ensuring that they actually have no voice. We must talk to them. We have to engage with the institution of traditional leadership, find a way to create an atmosphere wherein all the people of this region and district embrace one another. We have to engage with them so that all groupings, culturally, traditionally, religiously and otherwise, find one another and find the spirit of mutual acceptance and coexistence amongst certain walks in faith, in tradition, etc., to facilitate a peaceful environment where all our people accept one another and appreciate that we have to be together to create the kind of OR Tambo that we are looking for. As we speak, we know that a very low percentage of the people of our Tambo have got access to clean running water. That we know as a fact. It could be a little above 30%. A disgrace to us, the people called leadership. It's not acceptable. Whereas the information from the Water Research Council is very clear that the OR Tambo region has the highest water table in the area surrounding us. And as such, there's absolutely no justification because the availability of water in this area is one of the competitive advantages of the OR Tambo district. But in spite and in the face of that all, people of OR Tambo have no access to clean running water because we decide to fight during the time of bringing services to the people. That is where we are. We know that a little below R1 billion just in the past financial year has been returned to national fiscus because we could not spend it. We did not have time to spend it. It was there in our coffers and it had to be returned for a variety of reasons for which I will not single out an individual to blame, but as a leadership collective, that is who we are and what we have to correct. As we speak, our monies are withheld by Treasury because we are not trustworthy hands to handle the public fiscus on behalf of the people that elected us. We have to deal with that. We have to engage with Treasury, we have to engage with COGTA, give assurances to them that we are a leadership that is committed to proper management of the funds of the public. We must remind each other at all times that as elected individuals, as public representatives, we are trustees of the public purse on behalf of the people that elect us. But the real owners of that money are the people that vote us into power. Meaning what? Which, when we have to choose which interest to serve between our own narrow and selfish interest on one hand and the interest of the public on the other, we have to sacrifice our interest and serve the people that voted us into power. We are mere trustees. It is not our money. The money belongs to the members of the public. Now, if we say we are a good leadership, we have to explain why is it that I'm saying a little under R1 billion has returned to the national fiscus. How has that been possible in front of us all, calling ourselves leaders? Because we would fight and fight and fight until someone dies, and no one is prepared to back off and say, after all, it was not about me, it was about the public. Which brings a new question, whether or not we are the suitable individuals to be called representatives of the people. We have to send a very clear answer to that question to the members of the public in the OR Tambo district municipal area. We know, Madam Speaker, for a fact that even projects that were aimed at providing bulk supply of water to various communities, the majority of them are stalled as we speak. The targeted timelines that were set earlier on have been pushed back, further and further again. And there's no clear set date when will our people get access to this running water. What do? Do we get into council, reinforce that level of mediocrity, or we get in as a leadership that is determined, that says today has to be a turning point in the path that this municipality has been taking, ensuring that we do not have time to rest in our laurels, but we ensure that we accelerate the provision of water services to our people, engage with service providers and business people who are on site, give guarantees of our commitment to pay them when it's necessary, but also ensure that we monitor the quality of work that is being done towards our communities. We might delay everything we think is not urgent and important, but the provision of water services is a life and death question to our people. And the majority of the people of Tambo don't have access to clean running water. And we have to ensure as this leadership that we change that. We know that we live in a community that is engulfed with gender-based violence. Statistics are there, talk to themselves. The initiation crisis, all these problems are the problems that need a dialogue facilitated by people called leaders. We have to ensure that we talk to communities and design solutions to these problems, which solutions must come from the inputs that we get from different stakeholders in our communities, having talked about the traditional leadership institution, having talked about the church, talked about the business, and many other stakeholders, including political organizations, to design a method of responding to these things so that we can ensure that our communities are safe communities, where women, especially the elderly, are safe when they are at home because men know of their responsibility towards the elderly, towards women. To ensure that our beautiful tradition of circumcision does not become a death sentence to the sons of these soils, to ensure that we restore its dignity and ensure that at least when they go to the mountain, we can put our head on the block that they will come back home alive. These are the matters that we will have to sit down, talk about, so that we can ensure that we are a visible and present government. The majority of the people of this area are poor. And a large part of that poor section is hungry, not only poor. We know we have a community that is engulfed with disease, and a large part of it with sickness, which means that there are urgent interventions to be made. We have to exploit on the competitive advantages of this area. We have to tap on the beauty of the magnificent landscapes in our coastal areas. We have to coordinate the exploitation of such beauties by the institution of traditional leadership, working in partnership with the local municipalities placed in those particular areas. We have to ensure that we seek to create jobs for the youth in the space of fishing and in the space of the construction of boats and any other facilities that might be required for that particular industry. We have to be there as the local municipality. We have to look at the Mzimvubu Basin, the Nhlangano Nature Conservatory that connects the Nyandeni local municipality, the Mhlondlo, the Inguza, the 3 municipalities, facilitate the dialogue between those institutions and the provincial government to ensure that through such a catalytic project, we create opportunities and jobs for the young people of this beautiful area of our Tambo. We have to reinforce a grand plan. If the KSD has that machine that produces milli-meal, we have to ensure that we enable that facility to provide food for the remainder of the OR Tambo. And on the dairy space, reinforce on what is happening in Mandosini, and on the animal feed space, reinforce what is happening at Nyandeni, to ensure that whatever intervention and venture that there is in any of our local municipal areas services the entire region and becomes a springboard for the provision of food through affordable means to our people. It is not correct that our people buy milk that has been milked emantosini at a price at which someone in Cape Town buys it. And there's absolutely no advantage to our people. We have to ensure that we feature our own in the value chain of that particular industry. They must be there in the space of logistics, they must be there in the space of packaging, etc., to ensure that many of them do participate in this very important industry. That is the approach that we'll have to follow, coordinating and facilitating the collaboration between our local municipalities. Now, it takes us straight to what is called the district development model that I know has not been received with very warm hands in my very beautiful municipality. Hands have been lukewarm. But we have to persuade one another that that DDM does not represent any other individual. It represents the people of our Tambo. It only seeks to say there must be a singular view of what is happening in the district in terms of achievements as well as needs. It's as simple as that. It's about ensuring that there's no repetition of services to single communities when other communities lack such services. If you go around our communities, you see villages where there's 3 pit latrines in one garden. There's no house because you have a government that is not able to plan accordingly. So the DDM will seek to address those things. It will seek to ensure that the plans of the national, provincial, and local spheres of government are synchronized. It will seek to ensure that when a minister outrolls a particular project to a community, he or she is mindful of how many people will serve by that project, what is the radius that will be reached by that particular project, what are the needs, what are the potential benefits that will be received by the targeted groupings in those particular communities. So we have to embrace it. We have to invest the resources into ensuring its success. I know we have times of allocating money and decide, no, let's remove it, take it there and do that, this is right, it's not wrong, all that nonsense. So we have to put that to an end, ensure that we support the district development model to ensure proper planning and thus an accelerated provision of services to our communities. We must support it as these district municipalities. As things stand, we know that if ensimbini umzi uyacha, it could take 3 hours for a fire extinguisher to get there. And you might think that if umzi uyacha emthatha in the CPT, it's any better. It's not. Buildings have been burnt into ashes because we have not been able to provide our people with this very important service of fire management. We have to invest there. We have to ensure that there's resources, there's machinery, there's programs designed at ensuring that our response time to these communities makes sense. For instance, as we speak, we also know that many communities that have got schemes that were providing water to them, today, they do not have that running water. We know there are communities that have been without water for the past 6 months. At best, they have had water for a week, the next week out of water, that other week there's water. Because we cannot buy a pump, because we cannot fix some burst pipe, because we don't think it's correct to pay the service provider. We've seen him at a restaurant with that one, so we must not pay him, we must wait, all that. But why must we let our people suffer to this level? What importance does water bear in our minds that we decide that let's just lock financing so that we can ensure that people don't get water? We must ensure that we do not have recess until we are convinced that a fair attempt has been made to ensure that water run in those pipes. We can't be saying we're going on recess on the 14th. We've not been working for a very long time. We must start working now, provide services to our people. There's no point. Yeah, absolutely no point. We've been on recess, we've been fighting, doing everything. Let's start tomorrow, work towards ensuring that people get water, at least in those schemes where there has been water, and there are minor things that should have been corrected 6 months ago. We must do that. We must just do that. So it means that senior members of the administration must make every attempt to come with a clear plan on how we address that. Not in January, but now in December. We have to work on it. We have no choice. It must be only on instances where we are persuaded that there's absolutely nothing we can do. But people need water. We can't be going on recess whilst people don't have water. Then go spend their money in Cape Town and elsewhere where there's clean running water. Eating on their money that they are paying us so that we should provide them services. We cannot do that. So that those services where we just have to convince and persuade one another that we might have to go home on the 23rd or 24th. People must work, try to provide water to the communities. That is what we have to do. We do not have too many choices. We do not have too many choices. Having mentioned it before, this audit function must be detached, having said, as a matter of extreme urgency, from the BTO function. It has to be independent, do its work. Support the accounting officer in ensuring that the facilitation of clean governance is managed constantly. Part of the objects of local government is to ensure that we create a transparent and accountable local government. And the audit and risk functions help ensure that we're able to be always on toes. They help us to be proactive in seeing where there could be leaks, where monies of the institution will be stolen. You know, the problem with corruption is that if you allow it to go unabated for a specified period of time, and think after a year, 2 years, you're going to stop it, you will not win, because corruption breeds arrogance and cruelty and a sense of entitlement. Yes, and a sense of entitlement. Now, corrupt individuals will stop at nothing, even if it includes setting the institution best asunder. They will do it because they must continue to get the money they must get. And they will buy their way up the social structure. The lobby groups against corruption will be the ones that praise the corrupt individuals because they are paid. The opposition parties that are supposed to be criticizing the ruling party and the government, you'll find them on a factional corner defending corruption. It will happen. That's the power of stolen money. That's the power of stolen money. We have to deal with that. We are all human. We are all human. We are all human. We need systems to harness us so that when self seeks to impose itself over the strategy of the institution, systems are there to pat us on the shoulder and say, this is not what you are called for. We need systems for that, not our conscience. Human nature by itself is selfish and brutish. It seeks to serve its self-serving needs and interests. It is only systems, and credible and authentic systems, that can be able to harness all of us towards a particular goal and object. So with those few words, I just thought I should highlight a few I just thought I should highlight a few areas that we will be concentrating on. I am not too sure we will have what is called inauguration. I am not too sure. For now, I do not think I wish we should have it. I think the next 3 months could be a bit very tense months. They have to be tense because we have to try to teach the elephant to dance. So we won't be able, therefore, to it could be the last time I wear this, I don't know. So hence I thought I should highlight a few areas. They are not conclusive of what we'll be looking at, but I was just saying we have the very immediate challenges. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Executive Mayor. After this speech, I am sure we don't need an inauguration. I can assure you, we are covered. We covered. Now we come to item number 14. I will invite opposition parties to make some few congratulatory remarks. I will start with UDM. After UDM, it will be Democratic Alliance. After it will be Economic Freedom Fighters, African Transformation Movement, African Independent Congress, Independent and African National Congress will be the last. Save the best for last. Can I then invite a UDM? Unfortunately, I do not have a speaker's note in relation to that. Of course, no one knew that I would be the speaker. For now, we will understand. There's no malume. Awunika bani kodwa ke. Okonda ndinishiye apha ndiphinda ndabuya ndiselapha. Notata ubunza. On a lighter note, I will invite the UDM to make some few words. You will come here, just make, yes, yes. Tatubunzane, utatumantu ucela uba simrelease. Ndicela simbulele kakhulu. Thank you very much for lo msebenzi esenzile wona namhlanje. Siyabulela kakhulu silibhunga laseNgquza. Yo. Lase OR Tambo. Kaloku ndisuba nguSpeaker waseNgquza ngoku ndiqhelile la nto yoba nguSpeaker waseNgquza. Ndizawude ndiyiqhele wena lo mcimbi walapha kodwa ke iNgquza is part of OR Tambo. Sicela ukubulela kakhulu ngokungazenzisiyo. I'm sure i-protocol officers zethu siza kusincedisa ukuqinisekisa uba before you leave you are being assisted. Thank you very much. Now let's invite UDM to make some few words.
Mandibulele speaker. Ndibulise ke kuwe nakumeya esigqibombeka apha nakwi-chairperson we-MPEC obekiweyo naku-chief whip nakule mayoral committee bibekwa apha yonke nakwi-political parties zonke ezikhoyo apha nakuwe Jola mandibulise. Mandibulise Jola uzuye kuba ngwasekhaya kubuko locala.
make ndiqaphule nje kancinci nam kwezi ntetho abezigqitywa kothulwa apha ngumeya. Meya uvakale kakuhle, kodwa ke ndinento nje endifuna uke ndicebise kuyo nam njengomnye umuntu welibhunga nakumuntu nanjengomuntu ebekhona ngaphambili. Ndicinga into bana meya ukuba nje singake sigxile kwezi ncwadi ezintathu zolawula umasipala, i-Structures Act, Systems Act, i-Municipal Finance Management Act. Ndicinga uba ingasincedisa loo nto kakhulu ukwenzela into yobana le mbondandimunye sisuka kuyo ingaphinde isehlele kulo masipala. Ndifuna ke ukulumkisa into ethi once sivumele kungene igama elithi party position silahlile. Uba ngaba elogama belingekho ngesingekho kwimbondandimunye esisuka kuyo ngoku singenele ukupholisa amanxeba kulo masipala sulungisa uphinde uzinze ume kakuhle. Uba ngaba ke sishenxile kwezi ncwadi ezintathu zilawula umasipala eziqamela ngeconstitution yelizwe, sazama ukuvumela igama elithi party position, sakwenzakala. Ndicela elo gama silisebenzise xa sikwezinye indawo nothi ngaphakathi kwamasipala, sizokwazi ukuvumela i-officials zenze umsebenzi wazo, amakhansela enze umsebenzi wabo, kungabikho bantu aba-obvale pha ukuyongena kwenye into ebifamba yenziwa ngomnye umuntu, ngoba asizukwazi ukubalungisa abantu uba ngaba asizazi nathi singamakhansela uba sihamba ndawoni. Uyabona ke uke nje savumela loo nto sawuba senze lo masipala atshintshe abe yi-political institution, kanti ayingoba loo nto lo masipala waseWaThambo, ngowe-service delivery. Uba ke sifuna sihlale lo masipala lingatshintshanga okanye zingatshintshanga injongo zakhe zosaya i-service delivery ebantwini, kufuneka sisebenzise ezi ncwadi ezintathu zokulawula umasipala, silisuse kakhulu igama elithi party position, ngoba la usibeka kwenye into. Mandiphele kuloo ndawo, andifuni kwenza amazwi amaninzi. Ela gama le-party position masilisebenzise kwenye indawo, linendawo yalo, nothi apho. Ndiyabulela.
Thank you very much from the UDM. Democratic Alliance.
Mandibulise ebhungeni. Honorable Speaker, distinguished elected leadership and delegates, honorable councillors, members of the public, I greet you all.
Apologies, honorable councillors. Ndicela zincedise eza files yellow zime because ndihleli apha ndizazi. Ungathi kanti nifaka into ethi removal of the speaker. So ndicela nisilinde nje ningazi-distribute until we talk about it. Okay, thank you.
As the Democratic Alliance, we congratulate all the elected OR Tambo leadership. Hopefully what the mayor said in his acceptance speech in terms of service delivery to the public, it is true. We won't see any factional battles in the majority party like last term that starved our communities of civic delivery like water and others. As the DA will make sure that we monitor that public funds are used to bring service delivery to them. I wish the inequality amongst our communities will be the thing of the past. Also, our committee members won't be served on the basis of their political affiliations. With those few words, thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Good example, good example. Now I'm inviting economic freedom fighters.
Manithatha lithuba kwakhona ndibulise wena Honorable Speaker osanda kwenyulwa kule meeting namhlanje, Executive Mayor nesigqeba sakho sonke ozobe usebenze nazo, MM administration, honorable members of this council, nabo bonke abantu abakhoyo namhlanje. Ndingamlibalanga ke inkokheli zemibutho yonke ezikhoyo apha nazo siyazibulisa. Sithathe lithuba singumbutho we-EFF sibulele kakhulu elithuba selinikwayo. Mandiqale ngokuthi this is a new era, a new mandate to those who have been deployed by different political organizations. Therefore, all of us here in this council, we are called upon to serve these people of OR Tambo. We have in the main a huge task of ensuring there is water for all people of Mkanduli, Mhlonhlo, and Imuza Hill. Because it's not like Imuza Hill, Honorable Speaker and Executive Mayor Yamanzi. We have a duty to protect the public and pursue charging vultures who see an opportunity of self-enrichment. We must not serve our political alignments from our political organizations. The culprits in this conduct is the ruling party. Let us serve our people with dignity, more especially here in OR Tambo. Let us serve our people with dignity. Once more, Honorable Speaker and Executive Mayor, we wish you well in the new task ahead of you, comrades. We know it's not easy, but it's a time kuti. So ibamba lensimbi nithalenise phambili. Uchilo ke Honorable Speaker wathi lento indibanselwano wonke umuntu kumele ayibambe. We hope ukuthi ke akuziba khona ziphuma ecaleni sizibone sezigqikiwe singumuntu we-EFF nathi sobe sikhona phakathi kwenu. So nigcina ke sine accountisa ke amaxesha onke because asiyonqine lonto leyo. Ngalo mazwi ke ndiyabulela kakhulu. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you very much. African Transformation Movement, ATM.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Executive Mayor and Deputy Executive Mayor, members of the Mayoral Committee, members of Parliament present here, members of the clergy and traditional leadership, members of the media, accounting officer and supporting staff, chief magistrate, political leaders that are present, and distinguished guests on the gallery, fellow councillors. As the ATM African Transformation Movement, we hope, or our hopes are high because we know your capacity in terms of your previous performance as the mayor of Nyandeni local municipality. We pray for your success because your success is the success of every member of this council. But more importantly, your success means a lot to the lives of ordinary people of our Tambo. As the ATM, we pledge our support for the integrated service delivery, mainly directed to the poor of people of this region, named after obekekileyo utata o-OR Tambo. Siyakuncedisana nomanyano lwelibhunga ukusondeza inkonzo kuluntu lwase-OR Tambo. Siyakuncedisana ukuphakamisa uxolo, ubuntu kunye nentembeko yelibhunga. Fako masiyithethe into ethi sikunqwenela okuhle, kodwa kule minyaka emihlanu yolawulo lwakho njengosithili ndafundiswa ke ngumama umeya, umama ucingo uba xa ungumntu ongutata singathi ungusozithile. Ndinebhunga we mama umeya, mama ucingo wale ngingqi yase-OR Tambo. Enkosi somlomo obekekileyo sizowenza made kuba amade ngawetyala. Siyamthandaza uThixo into yoba silelibhunga sibeke uThixo phambili, siqinisekise into yoba uxolo kule council kule ngingqi yase-OR Tambo luhamba phambili. God be with us. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Can I then invite AIC? AIC.
Ndicela ukulibulisa endlini, ndibulise kakhulu ku-Honorable Speaker, ndibhekise ku-Executive Mayor, ndibulise kwi-Mayoral Committee yakhe, ndibulise no-Chairperson we-MPEC, ndibulise wonke amakhansela akhona ebhungeni, ndibulise neegesti zonke ezilapha. Andizuba mde kakhulu kaloku xa uqala ukuma kule ndawo othunywe ngabantu, andizufika ndigxeke, andizufika ndithini, but ndima nokubulela kakhulu amazwi athethwe ngu-Executive Mayor. Abonisa kakuhle ukuba sikwelibhunga namhlanje sidibaniswe kukuthi kuyawufuneka kuye inkonzo ebantwini. Ndibulela amazwi amnandi endizawubuyela nawo emva ndisithi inoba nyhani sizoqala indlela entsha. Sithi akwaba meya ezi zithembiso osinike zona kuzawusetyenzwa ngokunyaniseka, singezanga sizogxeka. Ize ithi ke thina abaqalayo nokuma kule ndawo eyasebhungeni size sithi ku-Executive Mayor eno-Speaker sifunde ukuzehlisa. Ithi ke xa singakwazi sibuze ngaloo mazwi. Ndiyabulela from AIC.
Thank you very much, independent councillors. Uzawuthetha bemnye ke, not two, one. babini nje.
Mandibulele kuwe Somlomo. Ndibulele ku-executive mayor nesekela lakhe. Ndibulele kubo bonke abasondele kuye. Ndithi nqanga nentsiba zayo. Sodolophu ndiyazibulawuza uma kwindawo ezinje. Mana ngobe ndingena apha amadolo bengcancazela. Kodwa amadolo wami wabuphile nomphefumulo wami usuke amadlu. Ngoku utsho wandinika amandla nenkungu yesuku emehlweni. Undiqhobise ngeeplayers nehamile zokuncothula inzipho zale ngada ibisiphethe kakubi. Andithi mayikhutshwe ngaphandle mayihlala apha ikibone nayo uba kwenziwa kanjani na. Inika ithemba ke ukuthi sonke loo nto. Ingakumbi ke thina abantu inkonzo ezi singazifumani ngokubonelelwa sizifumana ngokuzihlawulela. Uthi ninolwandlo lapha ecangweni kodwa nibe nisithi ebantwini hey kunzima. Asikwazi nokuthini. Intetho yakho yabuyisela neslogan saseKapa esimandi kodwa besingapractice. Esithi water is life, sanitation is dignity. Kuphela inyanga yonke kunzima noba abantu abadala baniza wathini uba ithafa likude xa kufika ingxaki. Kodwa kunjalo ndibulela uThixo owenze into oba le council intsha ngoku ibonakala izawulawula ngokwemithetho yakhe nangenjongo zakhe. Egameni ke lale council enkosi.
Independent number 2. Have reconsidered uba ke bangabantu aba-independent komntu uthethelwa ngomnye ndifuna uba babe ne-partnership apha. Must try and avoid that. They must know that they are independent from each other.
Mandibulise Somlomo. Ndibulise executive mayor. Ndibulise deputy executive mayor. Ndibulise inkokheli zomthonyama ezikhoyo apha. Ndibulise ikomiti ka-executive mayor. Ndibulise uJola usosiba we-African National Congress. Ndibulise umama uStella Ndabeni. Ndibulise uMC Nqatha. Ndibulise onke amakhansile akhoyo apha kule chamber. Okwethu okanye okwam njengomthunywa kweli bhunga. Ndihleli phaya ndimamele ispeech sakho executive mayor. Ispeech sakho sikhangele ngathi si-inclusive. Asizanga okanye mna andizanga apha kuzophikisana. Ndizosupporta yonke into ezoba ibenefit ebantwaneni base-War Tambo. Kodwa ke sizawufleka yonke into egwenxa ingakumbi into enokwenza ne-corruption.
Ndithi ke ngaloo mazwi amafutshane somlomo ndibamba ngazibini.
Angaphinde invite apha provincial secretary ambona ba bonke abantu they seem to acknowledge the provincial secretary. Now the last political party to make the speech is African National Congress. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Mantatel Tuba and Kapele Ubuko, the leadership, the governing party, led by Ukomrade Ungaitobi, Party Swa, Umafaku, Honorable Ndabeni Abrahams, Ubuko Buga Emisingata, Bulise Guwe, Honorable Executive Mayor, Honorable Deputy Executive Mayor, members of the Mayoral Committee, leaders of parties, Salga, the honorable members of this council, the leaders from local municipalities, as it has been indicated that the leadership of the local municipalities have been invited. Ngokukhethekileyo abantu base OR Tambo abangunobangela wento kokuba namhlanje kuthiwe kukho i-council. Xa siku-congratulate Honorable Executive Mayor on behalf of the African National Congress, bekukutsha nje apho besisebantwini sisonke ndingazunzula dosini bese iyalezile ba lento ithi party ingathethwa, kodwa kubalekile into kokuba njengoba ubuthetha apha ucangcathe kanye kwezinto esenze isibophelelo phakathi kwethu nabantu, ukuba abantu bawufumana amanzi, ukuba sawulwa ne-leaks, water leaks, ukuba sawuvuselela uqoqosho apha kule ngingqi, ukuba abantu bayakuzaqala, ukuba we will have a safer communities, ukuba sakulwisana ne-gender-based violence, ukuba sakulwisana ne-corruption. Singayenza ke, honorable members, lento xa sisebenza sisonke silibhunga. I-OR Tambo ingumasipala okuphela kwakhe one separation of powers as a district, nto leyo eyenza into kokuba i-accountability kube lula ukuyenza iqine nangakumbi. Working together with other parties in council, le leadership iyobe ikhokelwa ngu-executive mayor will always be accountable. Faku Honorable Ngondwana, you are leading a municipality with 5 local municipalities with long-term visions. You are leading a municipality eyathi i-leadership led by the African National Congress yamchonga njengenxalenye ye-district development model, an integrated approach towards service delivery. Ezinye zezinto ebezingumqobo ophambili xa besisiya indlu nendlu kukuba working together with other spheres of government we will improve impilo yabantu. Sithi ke as the African National Congress, we want to promise kuzo zonke political parties ezikhoyo apha, we will work together towards a common vision lesele ichiwo apha. Ezinye zezinto
sodolophi endicinga into okokuba sibalulekile kule ntetho ubuyitsho apha yinto okokuba isebe ngalinye lime kanjani. Siyawuqinisekisa into okokubana inkxaso ye-African National Congress izawulifumana elibhunga. Uzawuthi ufumane inkxaso engaphaya kwamandla ukuqinisekisa into okokuba zonke ezi zinto zokutshintsha impilo yabantu zenzeka ngokukhawuleza. Sithi congratulations to all of you leadership. Congratulations to the executive mayor, deputy executive mayor, and all of you honorable leadership, because each and every one of us sime apha sazothatha i-oath ukuzothi siyinxalenye yokutshintsha impilo yabantu. Inye ke into ekufanele into okokuba yonke imihla sicinge ngayo into okokuba sibe committed kwi-oath le ebesigqibo yithatha apha ethi siyakuthi silandele zonke inkqubo zayo yonke imithetho esilawulayo kweli lizwe. On those few words, congratulations to you all. Umsebenzi mninzi ngaphambili. Genene alikho ncam ixesha loba ungayiwa e-recessing. We are right now having time frames as tight towards compliance issues. Sonke apha nepati zebezithetha zithi zizokwenza umohluko. On behalf of the African National Congress, masibambeni siye phambili sazi into okokuba kusakhona abantu abahleli ethembeni ngento okokuba bethi bavotele aba bantu bababeke apha namhlanje. Thank you very much.
Enkosi kakhulu Magaba. Thank you very much, Honorable Council Chief Whip. We are now coming to item number 15, which is the Speaker's report. Before we can get an adjournment, but let's first deal with these items from the Speaker's office. The Speaker's report, it's got about 6 items, but I'll try and be short and brief and straight to the point. 15.1, it's an authorized political representatives from all parties of the OR Tambo Municipality. There's a decision memo that has been sent to you, Honorable Councillors. The purpose is to inform the Council on the submission of details on authorized representatives by all political parties of OR Tambo Municipal Council. In accordance with the Local Government Amendment Structures Act of 2021, details of authorized representatives of each political party are to be submitted before the Council. These submissions must be in the form of a formal party letter assigning individual councillors as the authorized representatives of the party. So, clear amendment inja, political parties must submit names who will be political party leaders. So we are therefore requesting political parties to do that. I will not go through all of it, memo, because it was sent to you on time, but in respect of the amendment extract to Local Government Infrastructures Act amendment, mentioned below, a representative will submit the names of the members for his or her party once allocation of seats has been announced. It will also be the same representative who will inform municipal manager when there is a vacancy from his or her party and all other political parties. So as full confusion this time. There must be no confusion. Political parties will have to submit the names in those changes to the municipal manager. Section 1A, by the insertion before the definition of by-election of the following definition, authorized representative in relation to a party means a natural person duly authorized by the party in accordance with its consultation to act as a party's behalf for purposes of performing the duties contemplated in section 27 subsection 2 and section 43 subsection 2 section 13 D by addition of the following subsection 2. For the purpose of this section, only an authorized representative may inform the municipal manager that a vacancy has arisen as contemplated in subsection 1, C and F. Section 43(2), the award of seats on council to political parties or political interests must be determined in the following manner. The number of seats won by the political party into or political interest divided by the total. I don't think I would bore you with that formula, but I do believe all of us we understand. So as office speaker, we recommend that the report regarding the submission of the detailed authorized must be submitted within 5 days to the office of the speaker, so that we consolidate those names and then we bring it to council for council to adopt. Thank you very much in relation to that. That's item 15.1. Then at appointment 15.2, we come to the announcement of full-time councillors in OR Tambo. The memo has been sent to you as well. In terms of full-time councillors in OR Tambo, it's as executive mayor, deputy executive mayor, mayoral members, speaker, council chief whip, chairpersons of chairpersons, chairperson of women's caucus, chairperson of municipal public accounts committee, chairperson of petitions committee, chairperson of ethics. Noted, Councillor Tutumai, but I am of the view that this document was sent to your emails. I do not know whether it has something to do with the born before technology issue, but we will definitely deal with it. We will make sure that we otherwise they were sent. If there was an omission in your side, I don't know, but they were sent in terms of emails. Apologies for that. We'll definitely correct that. But I guess there's something with your emails because they were sent to every member of the council. So apologies for that. I hope you accept my apology. The city chairperson of petitions committee, no chairperson of ethics and members' interests. These are the full-time councillors in terms of application. So we are bringing this to council to note the following full-time officers in terms of OR Tambo, as I've already read them. And then, my apologies for that. The other one, we come to 15.5, the adoption of code of conduct. It has been sent to you as well. Can we then, establishment of section 79 committees. In terms of the standing orders, today we'll only establish the committees. When it comes to the issue of appointing chairpersons of those committees, a due process will be followed where political parties will have to send nominations to the speaker, and then we bring as law report once it has been concluded, but we'll do that within a period of 10 days. So take note of that. These are the committees, Esnazo. Remember, OR Tambo, it's implementing or piloting separation of powers. So, as the Office of the Speaker, we recommend the Council to note a report on the establishment of Section 79 committees, adoption of the following Section 79 standing committees: Committee of Chairpersons, Ethics and Members' Interest, Municipal Public Accounts Committee, Rules Committee, Programming Committee, Women's Caucus, Public Participation and Petitions, Oversight Committee for Mayor's Office and Legislative Services. And then we have a Section 79 Standing Committees, Water and Sanitation Services, a Budget and Treasury Portfolio Committee, Community Services Portfolio Committee, Rural Economic Development, Technical Services, Corporate Services, Human Settlement, Special Programs and Social Services, IGR, Planning and Research. So, Sicela Council to note the establishment of these committees. And then we come to a delegation framework. We are bringing to council to note, because we cannot operate without a delegation framework. We're bringing the council to note pending the review yayo once the council ite yakwazi usettlisha. And also adoption. Now we come to adoption of a code of conduct for councillors. It has been sent to you, Ikona Napaku Structures Act, so we're bringing for a council to adopt that a code of conduct for councillors. Item 15.6, noting of the calendar for 2021-2022 council calendar. I-council ibihleli ibikhona ngaphambili. So i-council calendar ikona, but it has been sent to you so that you look at it, you familiarize yourselves with it. As council note pending for review yayo as well. So that's the speaker's report. Yes, delegation siyenzile. I will then call for somebody to adopt the speaker's report as a whole, so that you sing as itemers, but the whole report that has been presented by the speaker. Council Chief Whip.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. All protocol is observed. I move that we adopt the report from the Honorable Speaker, noting that 16.5 is an adoption of code of conduct for councillors and other reports which have been submitted for noting. I therefore move to this Honorable Council. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chief. Can I get a seconder to that? Councillor Ngudle. Thank you very much, Honorable Ngudle. Can I get the majority support of the report of the speaker by show of hands? Anyone who can do the calculations for me? Speaker's report at ifuni na EFF. According we know Buzaza Glanto, right report. 51 voted. Thank you very much. Therefore, the speaker's report has been adopted. With the powers vested on me as a speaker of council, I will now adjourn this council meeting for, just hold for a minute. Because this is a council where there are also people who are watching us before we do anything or we go for lunch, we'll go as this new council, go and greet them. So that bangasiboni nje ku screens kuphela bakwazi ukusibona as basabe silithishwa ke ku newly elected executive mayor. The council meeting is adjourned for 2 hours. Council is adjourned for 2 hours. We'll come back after 2 hours because we must have lunch and all.